Hello, my darlings. Welcome, welcome. This is Draconic Song, and we are here with The Infected. This is the new version, 24.5. We're going to go ahead and start a new game. So this, for me, is going to be a Season 2. Previous channel got up there, but now we... I apologize, the dog just came into the room here. So a couple of things that we're going to change. The first is we are going to disable our head bobble. And we are going to change the temperature type to Fahrenheit for freedom units. We are also going to enable the village map icons. Obviously everything else, we're going to keep the same. Very excited to get to play this. For the AI, we're going to start it on day 5, and we're going to, every 2 days, of course, we're going to keep the number of AIs spawning to 3 and enabled for wandering, but we are going to change the horde start day to 20, because we're doing a max mob count of 20. Excuse me. So I definitely expect to get to do this. I kind of wish that there was larger mob counts that we could do, maybe on some later updates. The developer does listen very well to a lot of the gamers that play, so looking forward to maybe getting to join some of that feedback. Let's go ahead and jump right in and see where we drop. There are several different spawn points. I'm kind of hoping to get the one by the helicopter in the desert. This episode being the first, we're going to focus mostly on getting to our preferred base locations. Oh, we're going to be right by the town. Okay. So the helicopter, for anyone who doesn't know, is down here. And you get a nice piece of body armor in there. Since we're right here by the town, I think I'm going to change my strategy. I think we're going to kind of sneak around in this area out here and get some of our basics set up. The hatchet, the pickaxe, and a pair of spears. And then we're going to work our way here into the town and go for the goodies that actually became available during the last update, I believe, before this. It does take a minute for sticks and rocks to start spawning in. Oh, you see, we can just drop one right there. Great. I don't know if you're a follower of tutorials. I certainly am not. It really just depends on my mood. At this point, I've played this game so much, plenty of times, haha, bird, that I really don't need the tutorial. As far as tutorials go, this is actually a really good tutorial. It's not too overwhelming. Definitely guides you in the right direction for where you need to go, what you gotta do, without being too bossy. Some tutorials can get... Let's actually go stand in the shade if we're going to start crafting. We do have sun depletion as a stat, so we don't want to hang out too much in the sun. So, one stick, one rock, it's going to get us our axe. A pickaxe is going to take more rocks, but at the moment we're going to go ahead and chop down a tree real quick. And that's going to let us get plant fiber. It's also going to let me harvest, and we're going to get sticks and firewood. 1 firewood, I believe, is equal to 4 sticks. We'll check. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. We'll go ahead and grab them. I don't need them, but we'll just grab them for now. What I need is a rock. Frog. Remember the first time I played this game? You see how colorful some of these frogs are? It's very reminiscent of Green Hell, just like the backpack system. I was so scared of these frogs when I first started playing. I really thought that they were like the poison dart frogs, which definitely doesn't work for this environment. This environment, I During the summer, you can hear the cicadas or cicadas, depending on where you're from, in the background. That's kind of that annoying sound that you hear, the bugs in the trees. And the bird that calls out is actually a hawk. I'm not sure if it's like a red-tailed hawk or if it is a hawk. I want to. Oh, did I do too many of these? We're trying to make the pickaxe. Let's see. 1, 2. Oh, 2 for the pickaxe. Okay. Is it? Why am I thinking 5? Is 5 for the spear? Ah, 5 is for the spear. That's what I'm thinking of. Okay. So we're gonna have to chop down another tree so that we can get some more of this lovely plant fiber. At some point, we're gonna have so much of this stuff that we're literally just gonna burn it for fuel. Because what the hell else are you gonna do with 50 million stacks of plant fiber? You need one of these stone blades. 2, 3, 4, 5. To make a stone spear, I'm gonna need to do one more tree if I want another spear, which would be wise. I am also gonna need one last rock, which I'll probably find while looting, because there's, when you go to the traders in the towns, let me show you in case you're not familiar with the game. You see these locations that have the little mini circles around them. These are your traders. Your traders have different technologies that you can purchase. So these are tech points that you can get by finding pages of tech out in the world. And you can also, you see a little explanation down here at the bottom. You can get them by completing quests for the trader. So I have not actually played any of the quests for the traders yet. I am looking forward to that. Definitely something a little bit different. Alright, let's switch over to this here. Oh, we'll grab a melon. We'll go ahead and just eat it while we're here. Melons are definitely something we're going to want to keep growing. Oh, there. Melons, so there's a lot of food that you can craft in this game, the rations being some of the best ones. The small rations and the regular size rations both use the melon, both use mushrooms, both use eggs. Small rations use chicken, the big size rations use a stew mix, and the stew mix is this guy over here. Raw meat, raw liver, a veggie mix, and milk. Milk you can only get by having goats. To get a goat, you need a barn. To get a barn, you need to buy it from your technologies. The veggie mix is this over here, which is cucumber, corn, potatoes, and onions. So if you're wanting the large rations, you've got to make 2 of these mixes and have a steady supply of eggs and a steady supply of melons. Eggs, you can find a lot of eggs just by looting the world. Or you can get a barn. And when you have a barn, you can also get chicken in your barn. And oopsies, that's not what we wanted. Here we go. Try that again. The chickens will breed, as you know, animals do, and the will lay eggs for you. Okay. So that all being said, when we get into crafting stuff like that, the reason that you do these different rations and some of these higher tier things is for the bonuses. These bonuses, there's a fish stew version over here that requires cooked bacon. I usually only make the fish ration after I've gone on a looting spree, because you can pick up cooked fish and cooked bacon from lots of kitchens. I'm not going to bother to specifically go after the pigs to get bacon or go fishing. Although it can be pretty pleasant to go fishing. There's some different kind of fish there, and the mechanic is kind of fun. I tend to go after these small rations. It only gives you 0.125 as opposed to 0.25 on many of your stat increases. But honestly, the stat increases are nice, but I don't necessarily find that I need them. I'm going to throw out stuff that we can easily get. I'll hold on to the fiber for now. And we are gonna go and sneaky into the town. So, the bad guys, as it were, in this game are called Vambies. They are a cross between vampires and zombies. They are quick, they have lots of teeth, and they are very unhappy when they come across you. So, we are going to try not to piss anybody off. We're going to try to sneaky through the town as best as possible. Oh, you can see one over here. Now, I don't have my shield yet. We're going to come right over here to this place to try to get our shield. And yes, I know we're ignoring quite a bit of loot and looting places to get here. We are not equipped to raid anything. We are not equipped to survive. There's another Vambi over here. Oh, there's one right there. All right. So this guy, we're going to have to work our way around. So let's come over here. Grab a few things in these boxes. Just let me go by. Our friend. Okay. I really wish we could use or climb up these ladders. I would totally make a base on top of the buildings if I could. That door. It's this door. We slide in. Hopefully he won't see us. I wish that, like, closing the doors would actually accomplish something. It does not. Okay. So now that we're in here, over here in this corner, there's the crossbow, there's the iron axe, and the wooden shield. We're going to go over here to the weapons, and we're going to drop a few things. I'm honestly not even sure why I made a pickaxe, quite frankly. But, so be it. And we're going to pick up all of those. So, that gives me this crossbow. I am not entirely sure if I'm going to be able to use the crossbow bolts yet. I'm pretty sure that you have to have the quiver to use them, but it's still an amazing thing to have in your earth. Oh, look at the cute little plant. There is no tech in this town, so you see me, I keep pausing and looking at these pages. It's mostly just habit. Definitely grab cash registers. You saw I got 8 gold out of that. Gold is very important because when you're buying stuff from the trader, the cheapest things are kind of foo-foo-y. Oh, I'm so sorry. And when I say that they're foo-foo-y, I just mean that they are kind of just extra or excessive items. There's a few things that I don't even know what I'm saying. They're not extra excessive. They're 100% necessary and required. And if you don't get them, you're gonna have a bad time. So listen to me. Okay. These things are much better for mid to late game. I'm just trying to grab some things so that I have kind of a beginning. Normally I would ignore bones. I don't need bones. I would much rather have bone shards. I will take the potatoes. And I will take plant fiber. Always want nails and screws. Those are fantastic. Grab this. Yes, I did. Okay, cool. Alright. So here's the cross bolts. Very nice. I really wish that there was more this type of stuff just sort of sitting out where it's, you know, just kind of easier to take. We'll come back for that. I'll take the small med kit. We'll come back for the bigger one. Let's see what's in here. A couple of things, some feathers. Alright, we're starting to get a little heavy. I'm going to drop these off. I don't need them. I'm going to drop the clay soil. I don't need that. I want the bones. I'll hold on to the clay for now. I might end up dropping it. Okay, oh yeah. The workbench, which requires planks, and the animal hides take a lot of space. Remind me how many I need for the quiver. I think it's two animal hide and 2 rope. Alright, let's take that. Let's drop off a couple of things. These aren't going to be useful for a while yet. That's not going to be useful for a while. Rope I can make. Kevlar I want to keep. Alright, that should give me enough room for 2 of the animal hides. We're going to leave mechanical parts. I'll take the Kevlar. Definitely want any of the metal tins. easy to make those once we're... Okay, so food stuff. There's stew mix here. There's a bacon pie, potato pie mix, a pair of veggie mixes. I will absolutely take that. Can I put the stew mix in a tin? That's actually a great question. I don't think I can. Okay, developer, I want to be able to put the stew mix and bacon pie mix into tins. Because if you make these, unless you're going straight to making your rations, then there's no way to preserve them. You have to go straight to cooking them on the oven. I want the bacon pie. I'll take the water bottles. I'll take the potatoes. They're small. I definitely want the rations. And I don't want those. Corn. We'll get lots of corn. Meat stew. Alright, let me see what room I have over here. I have no room. Okay, cool. That's fine. Alright. Oh, and no. Heavy. Dang it. Alright, let's see if we could drink a little bit of water. Help. Let's ignore the spoiled food for now. We will need it eventually, but not yet. And okay. So, does bacon pie or meat pie give me any sort of bonus? That's a good question. Bacon pie gives me stamina. Pie gives me sun resist. Meat stew gives me health. Okay, well, I guess we'll these up. We don't care. And, oh good, they're small. Okay, I thought they were going to be big. I thought they would be big. If they're small, see how big these veggie mixes are? It's kind of annoying. Okay, so we are, in case anyone was wondering, we are here. So, there's this little streets in here. This only shows you kind of your major ones, but at least now you kind of know where we're at. Oh, and we are heavy again. What can I drop? We'll get tons of oil cans when the time comes. Clay. I'm not all that worried about clay. Barely weighs anything. We will eat. We'll eat one of these. Let's eat stamina. And then we'll drink water. Stamina would be a good idea right now. Okay, good. We are under the weight. Okay, there's one other place that we want to try to get to. Now that I have the shield, I'm not quite so scared. So where we're going now is, I believe, down that way. Check my map. I think it's over here is where we're going now. Oh, run. Run, 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 run. Okay. Oh. Trying to get to this little clothing store. Right here. Okay. Because, aha, helmet. And now we have, behold, let there be light. Ooh, no fragments. Oh, lame. Oh, that's gonna be such a boost too. Okay. What if I drop anything? Dang it, this is hard. What could I drop to get me down just enough? These are worth 0.5. Alright, that's enough. Alright, that'll do. Okay, well, I guess while we're kind of safe in here, let's go ahead and figure out where we want to build. So a lot of people lately have been building over in here. According to what I've heard from the developer, nothing is going to spawn in this little area inside of here. So you can block this off with 1, 2, 3. There's an early game water source. There's a cave here. It's fairly central to a lot of things. There's 2 traders not that far away. There's multiple towns all in this area. You know what? I think we're just going to go for it. Had we spawned somewhere else, if we'd spawned down here, I would have come to my personal favorite spot, which is right in here. I really like building right in here. It's protected on 3 sides, and you've only got to cut across the one. But since we are up here, that's where we're going to head out. Now, before we do go there, I'm going to pull out Spirit, just in case we run into problems. I did see, as we ran over here, I did see... just fall out of the sky like that. It's so tempting. An overturned truck. Perfect. So... there's our note. Okay, so he's added a lot of lore. Go ahead and read this. Pause and read if you would like. I'm not really all that interested in the lore. Serves you right. Just because I love survival games. That's my jam. Survival games. Now, we are going to check out this house up here, because this house up here in this corner, and here's on the map if anyone is curious, there is this kind of little other place outside of this large town. This is a possible spawn point for Mike. Now, Mike, and it hurts my soul to not loot anything here. No, Mike. It hurts my soul not to loot anything here, but we are almost overweight, and I can't risk it right now at the moment to end up overweight and have any of these Vambies come and attack me. So we're going to go ahead and work our way over to where we're going to be building our base. I have noticed some pathing issues with Mike, the AI, in the sense that if you build up high, he does not do very well. Oops, I overran. He does not do very well on stairs. So when you're building, there's these stairs that kind of wrap back on each other. If you do that, it's not necessarily going to work out all that well, and it's not going to path correctly with him. He's not going to be able to run down and do the things that he is designed to do. And Mike is wonderful because he does a lot of the busy work later on in the game. So for Mike the AI, so as you see, this is a nice little choke point here. I'm going to go ahead and throw down some ghost images. A lot of people don't like using the ghost images. I'm a huge proponent of the ghost images. They help me see where I need to go. They help me plan. Because if you're running in from over there, it is helpful. Oh, I wonder if I can carry this and it's not going to weigh me down. Nice. Good. I do suggest being a little careful when you come in here. There is a bear that will spawn. Bears are not the greatest of animals to have to deal with. They are some of the heavy hitters, other than the alligators or crocodiles or whatever you want to call them. I'm not entirely sure what they are exactly. So some people will build right up here in the cave. I'm actually going to build over here on the water. During winter, the water freezes over and the Vambies can run across the water. But by the time we get to that stage, we will have grown large enough that it should not be such a huge issue. I should be able to build plenty of bikes and that sort of stuff over here. I personally like building a little starter base over here in this corner. Me a bit of a safety area. So we're gonna go ahead and lay that out. Don't worry about the pigs. They're not gonna hurt you. Unless you hurt them first, which, that's fair. I also would be very angry at somebody coming up and smacking me in the face. Okay, let's see. Is this kind of what I want to do? Kind of lined up a bit more. Maybe like that. And a little bit above the water. Never hurt anybody. Okay. So this is kind of ideal for avoiding Vambies early in the game. I'm going to just go ahead and make couple of these to mark out where I want to go, what I want to do. I'm going to want it to look. Okay. Should do kind of for my starter. Okay, so the first thing that we are going to work on is that we need to put down saw benches. We have lots of these very nice trees going on. And I use 3 of them at a time. And we're going to use this lovely new hatchet axe that we looted in the town. I think these are only 5 hits, not 4 hits. Oh, let's see, we are definitely overly heavy now because we have picked up more things. Each of these saw benches takes 4. Go, that'll be done in a moment. Great. Alright, do these little babies over here. Every time, as we said before, you chop down trees, you get this bark, and you can see a bunch of stuff just fell on the ground because I just don't have room for it. And add material. Go ahead and chop on both of these. The first thing that I'm going to build after this is going to be storage, and you'll see that I built a lot of storage. I'm a bit of a storage horse. The more storage I have, the happier I am in the world. Okay. Might be good to throw down a few more things, but I'm always terrified of stuff vanishing. Get down there. Okay, cool. Alright, let's come over here. I'm gonna have to drop a bunch of stuff so that I can pick up these planks. But we're gonna go ahead and grab a couple of storage containers. See? Storage horse. So the first thing I gotta do is drop enough stuff so I have room for planks. That should do it. And left click to take. And we'll add as much as we can. Okay, there's one. And we'll pick these back. I have no room. There's literally room right there. You suck. Fine. You're taking up the most room. I do not want to lose those arrow bolts. Why is it still saying that there's no more room in my inventory? There's so much room in my inventory. So much room. Is that better? Oh my goodness. What a brat you are. Okay. I'm gonna hold on to so many things. Put you down here. Bolts. Oh, kinda. They're doing something weird. What else can I drop in here? You guys weigh 5, 1 point, 1 point, you weigh 2. We'll drop those in there. You guys weigh basically nothing. Okay. The second one. Perfect. Let's see if any of this stuff that I found. Oh, good, it did. I'm not usually a big fan of keeping all the bark chips. They are definitely useful. You can make cloth of them. I just prefer to loot for cloth. It's all your preferential playstyle. If you don't like to loot, you don't have to. It'll definitely make your gameplay a lot harder. There are many, many, many helpful things, as you just saw. Even if just on principle you decide not to go into the towns and get the stuff like I did, it's still well worth it to go and loot and get, you know, nails and many other things that are going to be helpful for you. Alright. And we're going to go ahead and start setting up some of our placeables. Book stands are absolutely helpful. Now for sticks. So this area doesn't really have, not in this immediate area. You're only going to get them by picking up stuff here. Not the best thing, but if you just come over here around the corner, all the stick trees, stick bushes are right here around the corner. And keep an eye out for Bambis and wolves and bears and foxes. I think the raccoons only attack if you get super close to them, and they usually only start coming your way. I very rarely see raccoons, but they usually only start coming your way when you have quite a bit of food going on. Oh, now, yes. You. Oh, fly away stick. Something I'm sure that anyone who has played this game, anyone who's played this game before will notice immediately that I am doing something that many people consider cheating, which is I do not have the foliage on. Look, guys, my ADD is enough of a problem as it is. I don't need to be running around and having to deal with all of that extra green stuff in my face. And I am hopeful that y'all will allow me my little legally permitted cheat, in the sense that it's something the developer put in the game. I think he just kind of understands that it's indeed something that I need, and it just makes it more of a pleasant playthrough for me. And that's really what this is about. I'm doing this channel because I just want to have a nice little playthrough. I don't want to have to sit here and fight too terribly hard. I mean, I want a challenge, absolutely, but I don't want to have to sit here and fight with bushes to be my challenge. I largely like these sorts of games for the building aspect. Okay, a couple other little ghost images I'm going to place down. It helps remind me of what my goals are. So we're going to go ahead and put down these carts. I like to go ahead and put down 3 of them. We've got 6 stands, we've got logs coming up, we've got storage getting started over here. Let's put all of those in there. We're going to need those soon. Nice little jump. I'm glad we chose to the iron fragments. Okay. I'll chop down some more trees. The logs themselves will stay for 2 or 3 days, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. Definitely invite any sort of course on that. What you guys think about the lack of foliage, what you guys think of using the as my cheat, as it were, and how you guys feel with using the ghost images as your placeholders. Like I said, I enjoy using them to help keep me on task, and of course you just run through them, like that's not a big deal. Okay. There's one thing that I really wish that the developer had in here, which is in many of the other survival games you can actually plan out your whole base by putting down your ghost images. You are able to put on all of your walls, ceilings, everything else, and then just kind of build as you go from there. I think that would be nice. I would love to have that. Wrong key. We are clicking this side for the key. Oh, and now we're full. That's okay. The fog makes this so creepy. I'm like always terrified that the horde working gonna come and get me when the fog comes rolling in. Okay, so definitely want to do, I think, one more foundation. Yeah, let's do one more foundation, and okay, one more foundation. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just that, and then I just need the 4 logs. I absolutely love and hate that most things are like 4 logs as opposed to the 3 that you can actually pick up. I love it because it kind of means you have to work just a little bit harder. And like I said, I do enjoy a little bit of a oh, that's not it. Oh, there it is. Over here. So, gonna be brush You also can't jump when you're carrying logs. Everyone. Alright, cool. Alright, so the one thing I am going to add here will be a ramp. Not railings, stairs. One's for ceilings. There we go, a ramp. Because when we're using those, you gotta have a ramp. So I need 2 logs and 6 planks. There's my logs. 3. 2. You. Jump over the rocks. Jump. Oh, no, no jumping. Walking. Or walk. Go. Just got done saying you can't do that. First thing I try to do is jump. We probably have so much crap in our bag. Random crap. You and you. Put my over here. Okay, cool. Alright, so that's a good start. The bedroom, we're probably just going to throw it over there in that corner. So let's get working on that. That was the watermelon. I was so confused. I was like, why is the watermelon rolling away? Because of the rain? But no, it's a frog. There's no watermelon trying to escape. It gets really funny the longer you play this, and as the hordes start attacking, you start kind of getting twitchy about things. Ooh. At least I do. And I see something, you know, walking a goat or whatever. Just immediately, oh no! If I have a bear close enough to hear, I'm gonna be upset. I don't want to do a bear, it's getting dark. No! I'd at least finish up our part of the base over there. Alright. That was all 4 of them. Alright, let's throw this up here. Let's grab planks. Bird. Things. Our goal this episode is to just finalize getting this corner kind of set up with everything. So that we have a bed. So that we can set up a respawn point. Oh, this game is beautiful. Look at the color on this sunset. Storm coming in. That is definitely one of the things that I love about this game. It's just how pretty it absolutely is. It is a gorgeous game. Need 2 more planks. So with these benches here, every log gives you 2 planks. I do try to get this upgraded as quickly as possible because we absolutely want to get ourselves upgraded to circular saw. Ooh, I don't know if you heard him heavy sighing at us. When his water hits tank, he gets really quite sad. Okay, awesome. Should go my up. A lot of the stuff will get moved. Line. Moment. Not letting. Fortunately, this little canopy thing you can move quick, and it works. Else. Oh, that's right. Hold on. There be a flashlight. So, one of the reasons that I am so quickly moving over to this canopy done is because we're gonna need a fire so that we can get fresh water. Like in Green Hell, you have to boil your water. When I initially started playing this game, I thought rainwater that was being collected would be considered clean. And I drank it a bunch, and I couldn't figure out why my health kept going down. And then I magically, as you do. The more you play, the more things that you start really figuring. Just keep making planks here. Now, if you're one of those people who doesn't care for entire, playthroughs like this, probably not going to end up being your channel at all. I am not great with editing software. This is my first time actually recording any sort of video. I don't know what I'm doing. I have this mic for a different kind of YouTube channel, more related to my job. I'm just doing this for fun. Doing this again, and have the equipment. We might as well give it a go, right? Okay, that should be pretty good on some of you, and you guys, and throw the sticks in the stick holder over here. I'm gonna move you. You're not in a good spot, apparently. You can live. Alright, let's pick up a bunch of these guys. Of course, I did a bunch of them with blank stick, which again, we're going slowly, and walking. So fun to walk. Just sit here and build. Ah, cool. Alright, so this is going to kind of be the bedroom. Let's go ahead and, maybe not do that. Placeables. And we want walls. I'm a big fan of windows. Window. What? I'm also a big fan of these interior walls. Now, someone told me that the hit points of these interior walls were less than the hit points of the outer walls. So you can see these outer walls are kind of more rough logs. Looking more log cabin. They require 5 wood and 5 planks. These interiors are planks only. Because a wood log is worth 2 planks, in it 5 wood logs, so 5 times 2 is 10, so you're wasting 10 planks. That means that this essentially costs you 15 planks, whereas you much less eat. The only problem with this is that the corners only have this corner window frame. They don't have the interior wall version. Definitely something that we would love to see from the wonderful developer. He continues to improve this wonderful and amazing game. And let's keep making our planks. Lots of planks. Endless planks. Endless. It is a lot of work. Absolutely. Get everything that you need for everything, but that's kind of part of the fun, though. It's not so hard that it is possible, but it is hard enough that once you achieve it, then you feel really good about yourself for having done all of that really hard work. Really nice having these all these rocks around here. They're kind of annoying right now. Oops. Just because we have to dodge them. But trying to get to the extractor definitely takes quite a bit of time. Heck, you have to buy each of these rock piles. Should give you, I think, 12. I think they give you 12 stone. Some of that stuff. Analyze our weight. Okay, good. Now we have to walk ever so slowly so that we can get over here. Plodding along, because we're burdened. Way too many things. Okay. So at least now, I'm gonna go ahead and grab my bed. Put him here in the corner. Kind of like awesome, because there are really other things that I don't want to place. So I always put the clothing rack in here, and then sometimes I put one of these, sometimes I just end up throwing our brick crates in there. Let's grab a ceiling, and this is obviously going to be more than one floor, so we need 6 and 7 there, and then 3 and 4. 4 planks here. Let's go ahead and put those in. Okay, 6, 4, so that's 2 logs, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 logs. Alright. It's hiding over here. Trees? Oh. So those 2 trees right over there. I've been watching one of these YouTubers who play the horror games, and he just did a group play with 2 of his friends who also do the horror games. And that looked like a person in the dark. Just the angle running over here. This isn't a jump scare. Well, I mean, I've had plenty of in this, but it's not intentionally a jump scare style of game. That doesn't mean I'm not capable of scaring myself, which I absolutely am. I will do my best to keep my language clean. But when you're looting a building and you turn around and there is a Vambi in your face, or all of a sudden you get hit by something, it can be pretty terrifying. Especially you're looting, you're in the groove, you're like, oh yeah, there's nothing's gonna get me here. Oh, stamina. It's so hard to run around. To be fair, I don't think I could carry 3 logs, much less run with 3 logs. So, you know, there's that. Alright. There's lots of logs sitting around. We're gonna cheat a little bit. Again, I don't honestly consider this to be cheating, right? Because if it's in the game, and you're allowed to do it, then how is it cheating? If I am permitted to do these things by the person who made the game, then how could it possibly be cheating? Oh, I hate the birds running. Random crap you see out of the corner of your eye sometimes just drives me nuts. Not saying I'm upset that there's a bunch of birds right around here, because let's be honest, I'm absolutely gonna need the feathers. Absolutely gonna need the feathers when, oh, that's right, 3. When winter comes. But stuff out of the corner of my eye. Okay. This stuff right up here. Oh, and you can see pretty quick that things start to fill up as you're working around. I'm gonna get all these logs onto here and get them turned into planks, and then we're gonna focus on that fire. I'm keeping an eye on my thirst. I think I've got more water bottle. I drank them all. I have no clean water. No, you can just drink the dirty water. It's really not that big of a deal. I think it's like 1 hit point that it takes away every time you drink the dirty water. It doesn't really have parasites, stuff like that. There are injuries that you can It can be just regular wounds you bleed from, or infections that'll slowly kill you over time. So, what do I need? I need, of course, the pickaxe that I dropped. Stones that I never used. Pickaxe. And we're gonna stick. Or I'm sorry, not fire. Not sticks, we need fire. If you find these dead logs, they will give you lots of firewood. And again, remember, if you harvest firewood with sticks. And one of those gives you all 8 of the firewood you need. I don't think I have 10 stone. Let's take a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 8. I need 2 more. Right? Let's drop off this. 2 more stone. There's 1. And then that way I don't have to sit here and make pickaxe. Just single stone. Here. Stone and pick. I like to keep my area clean. Okay. Put the other ones in here. So, you hit tab over. Supposed to be able to do this. You see now it's got the add water symbol. You just, yep. Here, drop it in. Yep. Add it here. Drop it in. Up. Here. In, and one more time. So you can, oops, craft, eventually, down the line, a better flask. To a town that has a flask. I can never, for the life of me, remember where that town is. I guess I'll have to go and check some of the notes. But there is a town that already has a flask made. Otherwise, you need to get, not you. Oh, that's, whoopsies. There we go. Itempedia. I love this thing. So, the flask that you build is right here. It requires 3 aluminum ingots. However, to get aluminum, you need a mineral extractor, and you need to put it into a cave. Which is why it is so handy to live next to a cave. Literally just on the other side. Quick little run. Okay, this should be done now. Still dirty water in the flask. Use it as fire. We'll empty it. Pick up our clean water. Have ourselves a drink. Much better. And drink. And fill that back up. Awesome. Okay. Our stats are getting pretty low. I'm going to go ahead and eat a few things to kind of back up. Look at that. Nice, nice. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. Alright, let's finish this off. We still need 6 planks and 4 planks. Which, as you can see, we have plenty of. 1, 2, 3, 6. 1, 2. And that should do us. The ceiling. Bed. I'm going to go ahead and make that on point. And the 7, 8. 1. 6, 6. 4. Okay. That's fine. Grab some sticks and let's make stand. Many. 1, 2. Okay. I don't know. I just like the symmetry. I like the symmetry of it all. Okay, here we go. Lots of planks there. 6. Okay, wonderful. So we are settled. We have our bed made, our little starter hut going. We have our fireplace and fresh water. Very shortly here, we're going to go ahead and start expanding this out. We got to get a lot of things done. There's a lot of things to do in this game. So I hope you enjoyed our first episode here on The Infected, and I will see you around next time. Thank you, darlings. Love you all. Bye.